Ciao bellezza! Whew, it's been a hot minute since I've done a video for you because you were home from school and I couldn't get away with doing this for you because remember, this is a surprise for you. All right, today we're gonna do chicken cutlets or cotolette. They're your favorite, I know. But I'm gonna teach you how it is that I make it that you love so much. So number one, you know I make my own breadcrumbs, right? And the best bread to make the breadcrumbs with is the sourdough bread that you get at a bakery. Not the, the kind that you make sandwiches like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like I'm talking the rustica, the really, hearty bread. And I put that in. And what you're gonna do is I also put in I put pecorino. The reason why I put pecorino is because I feel that pecorino has more of a bite to it, it gives it more flavor. And I just mix it in, just like so, just like that. And I don't know, let's put a little more. You can never have enough cheese, my opinion. Okay. Another thing that I do put in the breadcrumb usually is the pepper. I mean, I'm not going to say a measurement. It's really up to you how much, pepper you want to put in. But I think this is roughly maybe half a teaspoon. I'm just going to put a pinch of salt since we have all that cheese in there. Just a pinch because I'm going to salt the cutlets while they're cooking. And so that's it for the bread mixture. So we put that together just like so. Look how beautiful that looks. You could smell the pecorino and the fresh bread. Oh, so good. Now, the egg mixture. Now, there's certain ways that people do chicken cutlets. I'm not doing schnitzel, so I'm not adding flour. I'm just doing egg and a bread mixture and putting it in a hot pan, okay? So, break your eggs, just like so. Remember, wash your eggs. Just like that. Never put salt in the egg mixture because it makes the egg watery. So we have enough salt in there. All you need to do is put some parsley that has been roughly chopped, okay? And if you have an extra, just put the rest in the breadcrumb mixture because I think I put a lot in. All right, just like that. But the reason why I like it in the egg mixture is because it has a better chance to adhere to the chicken. So here we go. And don't overbeat, okay? This is perfect, just as it is. Now, I already pounded out the chicken. So when I pound the chicken out, I always put it on a cutting board, of course, and then I put press and seal down, and then I put one on top. And the reason I do this is because I'm so worried about cross-contamination with raw chicken. And therefore, the press and seal keeps everything together. Well, that's in there, so that's going to stay. And then I just seal it up just a little bit like this so no juices come out. And then I start pounding. And you don't have to massacre the chicken. Just pound it out. And what this does is tenderizes the meat. So when you do cook these, they come out wonderfully light and juicy. Voila, see, and you're done. But before I put the chicken in the egg mixture, I have garlic powder. Why? Because I love putting garlic powder on top of the chicken before it goes into the batter. Now, typically, what I would do is I would pound these out and leave the garlic on it for a while, but because I'm doing this video and time is of the essence, I'm just doing it like this for now. Okay, so make sure you do that with all the chicken cutlets. Now, before I put the other ones in, I just want to make sure I coat these very well. All right, there we go. Make sure you give them a couple of turns, just like this. Now, whenever people come over, they love my chicken cutlets because I make my own breadcrumbs. I really do believe that is the secret. And I don't put Parmesan. I put Pecorino Romano. in the bread mixture. It just gives it just this incredible flavor. But that's my opinion. You know, play around. The thing I love about cooking Italian food is that we use the simplest ingredients, but the food is amazing. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay, now let's say you're in a hurry and honey, you don't have time, you have classes, you gotta go to work, whatever it is, you can just leave it in the egg mixture and put it in the refrigerator. That's not a problem. And then you could bread it, but do not pre-bread it and then try to cook it. It will not come out well. I promise you, it will not come out well. All right, I put it to medium, low heat. It depends on your stove, obviously. And what I do is just put it in one at a time, just like so. 1, 2, and get your hands dirty. Look at all these beautiful colors. Look at that. Make sure it's sizzling. Let's put it in. Let's see how it does. And we'll do the next one. Now, I like to give my cotolette space. So I'm going to only do 2 at a time. I know some people like to just get it done and over with, but I promise you, give it the room that it deserves so that it can cook the best possible way. And let's face it, nobody wants raw chicken. There we go. Let it do its magic. There. It's frying nicely. Very well. Now I used avocado oil. I did not use olive oil because olive oil does not, it's not healthy for you to burn at a high temperature, where avocado oil is a bit healthier than that. So that's why I'm using this. Let's see how it's doing. Look at that. Flip the other one over. And let that keep cooking. Once you turn over your cutlets, put a little bit of salt on this side only. It doesn't need it on both sides. Why do I wait to turn it over? So that it stays on it and you get enough salt. Not too much, but you already have the saltiness of the pecorino inside of the bread mixture. So you don't want to over salt it. This is looking really good. And what I've done too is I always have a plate here with a paper towel to absorb that extra oil. This is coming out really well. Another minute or so. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Bella mia, it smells so good. This smell reminds me of cooking in Calabria, you know, just looking over the Mediterranean and having fresh bread and olives. Oh, it just brings me back in a nice glass of vino. Oh, mamma mia. I wish you could smell this right now. Okay, these are ready. So what am I going to do? Take it out and let that oil get soaked up. Let's do the rest. Let's see how they're doing. Look at that go. You could see, you know, everyone always asks, how do you know when to turn it? Well, look at the edges. You see how the edges are starting to cook around it? That's when you can take a peek and look underneath. It needs to be a little bit more golden. What you don't want to do is you don't want to keep flipping it over, flipping it over, flipping it over. You just want to cook it for a few minutes on one side, flip it over to the other side. You remember, you want this to be crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. This is how we do it. Now, sometimes people always ask, well, what do you cook alongside cotolette? One of my most favorite things to do is to have an arugula salad with just some Parmesan shavings, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, and a little bit of sea salt. Oh, it complements the chicken cutlets perfectly. I'll show you that in a second. So now we're done with the cotolette. I did take out a little piece. Oh my God, I can't wait. You know what it needs? Just a little bit of salt, just a little bit. I'll take this little guy out so that you can see. Feel this, you could hear the crunchiness, and look in the inside. It's so juicy. I don't know if you can see that, but it is so juicy. And then when you taste it, you see how it's, I don't know if you can hear this. It's so crispy on the outside. It is so good. Now I'm going to show you what you can do with this. You're going to get, I'll put this aside because I could eat the whole thing right now. And you're going to get arugula, shaved Parmesan, okay? Put it in a bowl like this. You're just going to drizzle some olive oil. And honey, this will take you 2 seconds because I know how busy you are at school. Then just grab some lemon. Grab a little bit of lemon. Now, to not get the seeds inside, what I do is I just go like this in my hands and I go around, okay? Just like that. You don't need a lot of lemon. This little lemon goes a long way, believe me. What I do is I put a little bit of chunky sea salt and serve. So, I'm going to show you the final product. 1 second. And there you have it, honey. Cotolette, arugula salad with some shaved Parmesan, lemon, because everybody likes to put a little squeeze of lemon on their cotolette, served with olives and bread. And you will just love, and people who eat this with you will love it as well. So I hope you enjoy. Buon appetito, Bella. I miss you. I love you. Ciao, arrivederci. Ci vediamo.